Hi, I'm Chase Masterson, and we're here with the EcoLuxe Lounge at the RocknRolla Movie Awards. And I have with us today Nick Azarian. How are you, Nick?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. You know Nick from the independent film Hickey and also the McCarthys. And Nick is here to talk a little bit with us about addiction. What have you seen in your own life and being part of young Hollywood, being a working actor? I'm sure you've had a lot of temptation. Talk to us about that.
Well, with addiction, there are a lot of people out in this world right now that are just experiencing it, and it is a terrible thing. I used to, as a little kid, I used to love online games, and that took a little while for me to quit doing that. Eventually, I stopped, but that's just a mild addiction, whereas something like alcohol or drugs, that could seriously mess you up if you aren't careful with that. And
so even in terms of your own addiction, you had a moment of clarity where you realized, almost from the outside looking in, that this was not good for you.
Yeah, I see a lot of people out in this world. I've done charity work, and there are homeless people out there right now who are experiencing addiction with drugs and alcohol. It's even worse if you're homeless, though. Sometimes the addiction can cause homelessness.
It can.
You can spend the money on the alcohol and you end up not being able to pay rent or pay bills, and then you get evicted, then you're out in the streets.
And when your life becomes unmanageable. And I think that's an interesting thing, is that a lot of times people think in terms of addicts being homeless, but really addiction knows no boundaries. Anyone can find themselves in the middle of a debilitating or life-threatening addiction.
It's especially terrible if you're married and have a family, because sometimes that addiction can ruin that family.
And a lot of times you don't realize it until it's too late.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you realize when there is still time to fix it, and that's what Choices is about.